I hate this.
So hoping that you're adding down and that you've eliminated something. X or Y has been eliminated. Remember, you're just trying to find a point where the lines will cross or where they're the same or where they'll meet up.
What do you say that?
Do your old school plus sign, your old school line. 38 and 24 make 42. Bring down the equal. 5 and 12 make 7. And these are opposites, so they are eliminated. That's why it's called elimination. And now you're left with just a little one-step linear equation to find your variable. Divide both sides by 7. And what is y? Anybody?
6.
Y is 6. Yeah, you're trying to solve. You're trying to find y equals and x equals. So don't stop. After you find one, you don't stop. You must find the other one. So we must continue and find x. So you have options. You can plug y equals 6. You can put it into the original top, or you can put it into the original bottom. Which one do you guys want to plug into? Top or bottom? Let's go with top. We did top the most. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to plug it into the top. So I'll do 8x plus 5 times 6 equals 38. I'm going to give you guys some time to work that out. Should take you 3-4 steps to find y. Well, Ruben says it's 1. Let's see if he's right.
Browser. Go back there. I'm gonna need to. You need to check it back, sir. I'm gonna need to check it back. What's your situation? I mean, you can get searched now or later. I have to check you for the sure. No. 100%.
So 5 times 6 will put a 30 in there. Then we'll put a line in. Trying to get x alone, we'll minus 30 from both sides of the line. Divide. And it's 1, so our answer looks like this. 1, 6. Put the x in the x spot and put the y in the y spot. It's x, y. Divide 8 over 8 makes 1. Alright, so same concept in number 2. So, good question. What's the 38 for? So this is called standard form. The 38 isn't anything useful as far as I know. We would have to put this in a slope-intercept form. Like, so I would get 5y is negative 8x plus 38 and divide. Negative 8 over 5 would be our slope, down 8 over 5. And 38 over 5 would be our intercept. So 38 is a decimal y-intercept. It's nothing. We don't really even talk about that number very much. Alright, number 2. Did you just say special, bro? Alright, so we add down. But I foresee an issue. Does anybody else foresee a problem here? There's not opposites, they don't eliminate. So what do we do when there's no opposites present? It might be, but I'm gonna have to solve it first. No opposites present, but you can manipulate the problem and make it work for you. I want you to make opposites. How can we manipulate this to make the numbers opposite? It would be great if this was positive. Like, I wish this was positive or this was positive. One of these needs to be positive. How can we, using math, change the sign of a number? You could subtract. Yes, subtracting is one way. The way we talked about it in class is we're going to pick one. We're going to multiply the whole thing by -1. And that's going to change all the signs. So I'm going to multiply the whole bottom equation by -1. I'll put a -1 here and parentheses. I'll multiply the whole bottom by -1, and that'll change all of their signs. And as long as you do it on the left and the right side of the equal sign, it's still the same equation following the rules of algebra. So the top stays the same. And the bottom becomes -2a plus 3b equals -11. So you can change the signs. If you don't have opposite signs, you can change them by multiplying -1 to one equation and just change all three signs. Now I'm going to wait and give you guys some time now that it's set up to add down.
You don't think so? No. Oh, no. I think it's going to be just okay. Pause.
What you get? 4a equals 16. Keep going.
B equals 1.
No, come on. You gotta keep going like 6 more steps. Like keep the ball going.
God.
You can't.
B equals 1.
So yeah, I do get 4a here. Well, I should have probably done this first. So 27 minus 11 is 16. These are opposites, so they're eliminated. 4a equals 16. Don't stop there. Keep going. Divide by 4. Why'd you say 1, Ruben? I got 4. Oh. I got a equals 4. Don't stop. You have to find both letters. You have to know what both variables are. I don't think they're helping you really.
Because I ate them too fast.
So what do we do now to find B?
He put his stuff on them. I ate them.
What do we do next? Do you know your math? How do we find B?
I didn't give them a chance. Don't stop.
A minus 34 equals 27. Pretty close. We want to plug it in, so we're going to take this number. Since this says A, we put it in the A spot. So it doesn't necessarily always go second. It goes in the one. No, but you had the right idea. This time we plugged it into the second spot, but this time we're plugging it into the first spot. Alright, plug in A. Destiny, did you already find B? Yeah? Raise your hand if you've already found B. Alright, I'm behind you. Catch up. Alright, so we're going to put our A equals 4 into the A spot. Johnny, finish. Don't joke about it. Yeah.
Don't stop. Make it drop. Feel like it's finish. Dang.
Get this man away from me.
Don't stop. Make it drop, Johnny.
Hold up. Wait a minute.
Stop. Hold up. Wait a minute. Yeah, I'll take care of it. He's very special though. He likes to jump on top of me. But I can like carry his weight. I can pick him up.
Johnny, finish the problem. Finish the
Yeah,
problem.
there's problems.
What, general paper?
No.
What's the failure rate in the Algebra 1 EOC?
That's a very good question. I'm saying.
I told you guys how many people passed. What's your failure rate in your Algebra 1 EOC?
Not a lot.
I didn't. Maybe I didn't.
You went a lot last year, right? Your boy's been low like the last 2 years.
Huh? I didn't know I put that there. I just realized it.
Nationally, you gotta get about a 50% depend. Alright, so our goal is to add down. Dallas, what's wrong with the problem? I want to add down and eliminate. You should put your phone away. You can't cancel anything out. There's not opposites. How can we make opposites, Alexis?
You got this lesson.
Divide? No, we're not going to divide. LEA? How do we make opposites? Johnny, how do we make opposites? No, Ruben, I don't want to hear from you. How do we make opposites? Sarah, how do we make opposites?
Minus.
What do we do with that negative one, though?
Plug it in, obviously.
What do you do?
You plug it in.
No. What do we do with negative one? So this group in the front realized we're going to do something with the negative one. Multiply the bottom by negative 1 so you have opposites. Okay? Oh, yeah, we just did it like 6 minutes ago. Okay. So we're going to put a negative 1. We're going to multiply it all the way through the bottom to create opposites. Sometimes you have to change the signs to make opposites in the problem. So that'll change our work. The top stays the same. The bottom will become positive 5k, positive 6j, positive 12. So when you multiply or divide by that negative 1, it changes every single sign. If they were all positive, it would make them all negative. Since they're all negative, it makes them all positive. Now you guys add down, because there are opposite k's. I have a negative k and a positive k. They're both 5s. Add down and find a variable. Don't stop. Plug it in and find the other one. Variable. It'll work out the same if you do the top. Just wait. Just wait. You'll be alright. Alright, our K's cancel. We have 10J equals 20. Divide. J equals 2. Thumbs up if you got J equals 2 before me. Okay. Like for example, what? Like 4 over 4, 5. This is what you're telling me? Yeah. 4 and 4 fifths? Yeah, 4 and 4 fifths. If you multiply that, 5 times 4 plus. Alright, I got J equals 2. Don't stop. Find K.
Good job, Brenda. Ruben, you're on point today. It's okay. Accents happen all the time.
Negative 5K plus 8 equals 8. Put the line in. Minus the 8 on both sides. Negative 5K equals 0. Divide by negative 5. 0 can be divided. K equals 0. So our answer is 2, 0. So whole, like, both of the variables together. So today's assignment, I didn't write it on the backboard. It was on the screen. I'll have to put it back up. It's on the same exact page. So for the rest of class, we're working on this same exact page. Changing this here. It's 4, 5, 11, and 20. That's what we're working on doing in the class.
Sir, please calm down. What was that? 4, 5, 11, and 20. Okay. So the substitution. Very fine. So we're doing the substitution problems in it? I guess so. Sir, please calm down. So you gotta put the lingo right here. That's a very strong word. You cannot use that. Sir. Stop. Thank you. Oh, today?
No.
Yeah, I did. Okay, Josie.
We just did it. What we just did. There's 2.
Oh yeah, I did it.
Thank you. I think it was.
You did one of them.
I did like
This
2.
one? Oh no, this one's Boeing.
Johnny, how much of it did you do?
Okay, please stop. Guys, please stop arguing.
Shut up.
Right.
Okay, well, my $10.
And Ava Heisman. That's it. I know damn German.
Yes, it is. Are you dumb?
Hey, we don't use that word again.
You steal my pound to steal those damn.
All right, let's start with number 4. It says use substitution to solve. So when I look at number 4, if I were to add down, nothing is lined up. the x's aren't lined up, the y's aren't lined up. So it's not lined up well for elimination, right? So the words don't say use elimination, they say use substitution. A substitute is a replacement. So when it says substitution, you could think of it as just replacing. So the top tells me what x is. The top tells me in number 4 that x is negative y plus 3. So since it's telling me what x is in the bottom equation, I can take the x out and put negative y plus 3 in. You guys remember doing that before? Taking one thing out and putting something else in? So it's 3y plus 2 parentheses negative y plus 3 equals 10. We're substituting whatever x is right into the equation. And this is hard to see up here, so I should see a lot of you guys looking at your book. This is number 4 in your book. You take the x out and you replace the expression in. Then solve. So now distribute. You guys try to solve it ahead of me. Try to solve it before me. See how close you can get to the right answer. I'm going to distribute this 2 into the parentheses.
Am I combining?
Yeah, combine like terms. 3y, take away 2y is 1y. All right, I heard Ruben got it. I heard Johnny got it. Thumbs up if you got to 4 before me. All right, good job, you guys. All right, so now we're going to, don't stop. Don't stop. You must find the x value. So take your y, plug it into the top, and find x. So the top would be x equals negative 4 plus 3. So this is the point at which these two lines were crossed, if you were to graph them. Notice, they're not set up to be graphed well. They don't look like y equals mx plus b. Even though they're linear, they're just not in a good order. You'd have to reorder it to graph it. And they're not set up to add up and down either, because they're not lined up. So if you can't graph it, you can't line them up, you try this method, where you take something out and you substitute in. You guys like this better than adding down? What'd you like better, the ones we did in bell work and the ones we just did, or this one where you take something out and plug it in? Raise your hand if you like the substitution we just did better than the first 4 problems we did in class. Raise your hand if you like the first 4 better. Okay. Number 5. Number 5 is tricky on all levels. Okay. I'm just going to rewrite it over here. All right, this one is very tricky. In order to use substitution, one variable must be isolated. It has to be like x equals or y equals. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to rearrange. We're going to rearrange this top equation so that it shows x equals. So we know what x is. So we have something to substitute. So what we have to do is focusing on this top equation is get x alone. So here's the line. I would subtract 2y from both sides. And you can't do 6 minus 2y. The 6 didn't have a y with it. So the 2y is just moving over. You can't combine them. You can't make it 4, nothing like that. And the last step is to divide by -1. So x is -6 plus 2y. X is -6 plus 2y. So I'm going to go back to the problem. I'm going to take the x out of the bottom, and I'm going to replace it with -6 plus 2y. Now that I have what x is, I've solved for x, I can do a replacement. So it's 4y minus 2 times -6 plus 2y equals 11. Okay, now I'll pause and see if y'all can figure that out before me. Distribute this in. This is the trickiest problem of the day. Sorry, I just got me a video, so if you want to watch the video.
-4?
Just come around and show me. Because Friday's assignment, I'm going to make it out. You want to get credit for it.
What is wrong with me? That was.
Don't even get me started on you.
How'd you do, Johnny? Did you find why? Ava, did you find why? Dallas, did you find why? Cameron, did you find why? Shoot. Oh, because this is a tricky problem. When I look, just thumbs up if you distributed correctly. This makes it positive 12. -2 times -6 is a positive 12. -4 equals 11. So what happened here is I'm going to combine like terms. 4y minus 4y cancels. So 12 equals 11 is all that's left. Put a line through it. No solution. To find out that these are what? What type of system comes up with no solution? These are parallel lines. These are parallel lines. They never cross. There's a fancy word for it I made you guys learn. That's called inconsistent.
You guys remember consistent, dependent, consistent, independent, and inconsistent? Inconsistent means these lines will never cross. So, very tricky. A lot of work on that one. What do we have left? 11 and 20? Let's start 11 right now together, and then I'll say no homework. We'll finish it in class tomorrow. As long as you guys stick with me with starting it. Or maybe I'll make you finish it for homework. Don't do number 20 for homework. I'll do it with you tomorrow. Okay, here we go. Number 11. The difference of 3 times a number and a second number is 2. Difference means what?
Minus.
Subtraction. 3 times a number minus the second number, 2y, equals 2. The sum of the two numbers is 14. X plus y is 14. Find the numbers. So I'm going to stop here. I'm actually just, if you guys want to try finishing it on your homework, that'd be great. If not, we'll start class. We'll do this in class together tomorrow.